Lauryn Hill pulled off two great TV performances in 2026. Earlier this year at the Grammys, there was the stellar D'Angelo tribute with her and Raphael Sadiq and Bilal, which was amazing. And then the BET Awards, there's a tribute to Miss Hill. And one thing that struck me as I watched different people perform Lauryn's classics is that when you had a singer and a rapper, and there's very few people who can pull off what Lauryn could do. Be a really good singer and an excellent rapper at the same time. The only person I can think of that could have pulled that off was Queen Latifah, because she performed with Common, so Common handled the rap part and Latifah handled the singing part. But I think we underrated the genius of Lauryn Hill being able to be a really good singer and a really great rapper. And then when you hear these songs, because the only song we hear on a consistent basis is X Factor and Doo Wop That Thing, and you don't hear Lost Ones that often. Her daughter, I think Selah, she did the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill title track, which is my second favorite song off that album. It was never released. I remember listening to that album the first time, and I love X Factor. X Factor was amazing. I don't know what the video's gonna look like, but the song is terrific. And the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill song, because it sounds like a Donny Hathaway song. And Lauryn Hill is almost like the perfect melding of Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. And I saw this guy on Twitter, or X, and he was saying how, man, she's iconic off one solo album and one album with the Fugees. Technically, she had 4 albums. She had the debut album with the Fugees. You had The Score that most people know. You had the Miseducation album. You had the MTV Unplugged. But yeah, she's like Gale Sayers of the Chicago Bears. Gale Sayers, who went to the Hall of Fame being a top running back for like 5 years or something like that. And Lauryn Hill's the same way. Like The Score and the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill solidified your legend status. I love Lauryn Hill so much. I miss that era so much. Because today, kids always talk about, oh, this album today, this 2026 album has no skips. It's like, no, there's a lot of skips on these albums in 2025 and 2026. When you see something like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, there's definitely no skips off that album. When I was watching her perform and hearing these songs, it reminds me of the Michael movie. Like when you saw the Michael movie, you realize very quickly there's no equivalent of Michael Jackson today, and there's no one with that type of talent today. You can say Chris Brown and Usher, and they're fine, but they don't have his talent. And I feel the same thing about Lauryn Hill. Where we were in 1999, 88, 1998, 99, 2000, early 2000s, where we were back then musically, we are far from that now. And there's some talented artists out there today, but I mean, if I say, like, name me some artists from 25 years ago, you can say, I don't know, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Jay-Z, OutKast, you can Prince, Michael. You can just rattle off these names from 25 years ago without even thinking about it. If I just ask you, name me the 5 best artists of the 2020s, you're like, hold on. And again, I'm not knocking these young folks. They just don't have her talent. I'm not expecting these kids today to be Michael Jackson. That's otherworldly. If someone is even close to what Lauryn Hill was doing, Erykah Badu or Maxwell, I think we'll be in a good place musically. And I like the audience singing these songs and the smiles on their faces. And it makes me ask the question, who is the Lauryn Hill going to be 25 years from now? When someone gives out a BET award for being an icon, who's it going to be? Yeah, I know it's going to be Rihanna and Beyonce. And they're going to get there sooner or later. But right now, this current group of people in the 2020s, who's going to be an iconic character 25 years from now that, you know, you're going to perform their songs and you're not cringing? It's like, ooh, can I say this? Shout out to Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. What was your favorite part of her performance? Was it her performance? Was it the tributes? Oh yeah, shout out to the War and Treaty. The War and Treaty was fantastic. Case in point, War and Treaty is like one of those groups that's not really on R&B charts. They're very successful. A lot of conservatives like them for some reason. I never quite got that reason why conservatives love them so much. But they're a black husband and wife team, and they're fantastic vocally. And when I hear them sing, it's like, man, I wish we had more more acts like the Warren Treaty who can really sing on R&B, hip hop and R&B today. But I guess I'm gonna have to listen to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.